I used all of the skincare products in this bag, and instead of throwing the bottles out, I decided to keep them and make this review for you. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Vanessa. Throughout this video, whenever you see an empty bottle, just know that it means one of two things. Either I loved it so much, or I hated every single moment I was using them, but at least you get something out of it because I'm making this video and you get to be informed. And also, if you're anything like me, maybe you live an active lifestyle, or even if you're someone who lives anywhere where the weather can be humid, then you want to stick around to the end of this video. At the end of the video, I'm going to rank every single one of the products so that you know which one to buy and which one to stay away from. Are you excited? I hope you're excited. Let's begin. The first product I have in my empties is this. This is the scent Ives Softening Body Lotion, and this is the coconut and orchid scent. It says here that it nourishes for soft silky skin. It also is 621 ml, which is a lot of product. One thing that I love about this is the size of it. I like products like this because you get a lot of value out of it. Looking at the ingredient list, it contains water, glycerin, stearic acid. Let me just give you a little quick tip for how to read an ingredient label. The first few ingredients that you see on the ingredient list here usually means that that ingredient has the highest concentration in all of the ingredient that's listed. So for this particular one, it will be water and glycerin, which is a good thing because this is supposed to be a moisturizing lotion. So in terms of scents, it smells like a vacation. It smells like a tropical vacation. When you're using this, it just feels like you're in a garden. That's how it feels. And I think that they nailed it, okay? This is what the product looks like. It's white, right? So it has like a white texture. This, let me just show you what it feels like. As you can see, I'm rubbing this into the skin, trying to see how well it absorbs into the skin. And right off the bat, you can see that there's like a sheen to it. And I think that's a function of the coconut extract. Like, it smells really orchidy. I don't know why I'm just making up my own words today, but now when it's summer or when it's humid, you don't want a product that just like sits on your skin and weighs you down. You want a product that is lightweight. You want a product that easily absorbs into the skin. You want something that is hydrating but that also penetrates the layers of your skin, and I think this does a good job. And this is just due to the combination of the coconut and the orchid in it. So the coconut extract is meant to give the lotion a slip and a glide. It also means that it's an excellent emollient and an excellent occlusive. The addition of the orchid also means that it gives the skin suppleness. It also contains light antioxidants that would help to prevent free radicals. As you can see, I just applied it on my hand. I don't know if you can catch that, but my hand is glistening, it's shiny, and that's exactly what you get when you use this. If you're someone who has very dry skin, I wouldn't recommend this. Maybe you still really like the scent. I would recommend that you pair it together with this body oil. Let's talk about this now. This is a baby oil, basically a body oil. You can use it as a substitute for those like high-end oils. So if you still want to get the benefits of using an oil as a sealant, then this would be a good way to go about that. I love this particularly because it's affordable, but even though it's affordable, it feels really nice and supple on the skin. In terms of the scents, I mean, it's a baby oil, so it doesn't have any overpowering scent. It really smells like what a baby oil should smell like, which I think is an excellent thing if you're someone who you want a clean base when you're starting to layer on your perfumes or when you're starting to layer on your body fragrances. I think that this would, do a good job at that. So there's really nothing to hate about this. I liked every single moment of using it. How I would recommend to use this is that after you've taken a shower, right when your skin is still damp, just like go in with your body lotion. And after you've gone in with your body lotion, then go in with a body oil such as this to basically lock in the moisture. I can't say good things about this enough. I love this. So I forgot to say something about this. In terms of packaging, I am not a huge fan of the packaging of this. And the reason is because of the pump. I do not like when my skincare products, especially like for body lotions or things like body washes, when they have pumps like this. I can manage it being in a body wash, but when it's in a body lotion, it just gets very annoying. And that's because when you have almost finished the product, it can be really difficult to get out the last parts, but otherwise every other thing about it is nice. However, that problem is solved in the next lotion that I'm going to talk about, which is none other than the Nivea Men. This is the Nivea Men body lotion. It says revitalizing and it contains vitamin E. It's meant for normal skin types, and this is 400 ml. This is what the bottle looks like. I think that this might be the first time that I'm using anything on my body that is meant for men, and I loved every moment of it. In terms of the smell, it has a fresh scent to it. It smells fresh, but it doesn't smell fruity. I don't know how to describe it. I just know it has a nice smell to it. Like there's no particular, way to describe it. Like for this other lotion, you can easily describe that it smells like coconut and orchard. Like the smell is there. But this one, I don't know what it smells like. And this like just reminds me of a Reddit thread where someone said the difference between men and female skincare is that skincare that's targeted to a female audience, they get to smell in very specific ways. Whereas for skincare targeted at men, it smells like abstract concepts. I think that's what I'm really struggling with right now because I'm unable to say specifically what this smells like. I just know that it smells nice. There has to be like a thesis out there as to why brands decide to make these choices, and I will really be interested to read a thesis on that. But this is 400 ml, and I like the fact that it comes with this cap, which I think is a very efficient way to formulate a body lotion. It really absorbs into the skin really quickly. I'm gonna try and do a test for you now. I don't know if I have anything left. I'm going to do a test for you and show you how quickly it absorbs into the skin. I think that it's a game changer. If one of your concerns is that you want to be able to use skincare that really absorbs into your skin quickly, I think that this does a really good job at that. Your skin instantly feels really moisturized and shiny. It just like makes all the difference for me when I'm looking for a body lotion. Like look at that. Do you see that? Do you see that? The next one that I'm going to talk about that I absolutely love and is making another appearance because I finally finished using it, and I think that it deserves a standing ovation. That might be a little bit dramatic, but I think that this is everything. This is the Olay Moisture Renewal Blend. It contains vitamin B3 complex. This is 700 ml, and I love every single thing about this. 700 ml, it's a lot of product. There's so many things that I love about this, but we're going to talk about all of them. But one of the things first on the list is that the lather, it produces a rich foamy lather, and the fact that it's 700 ml and it produces that quality of lather, it just means that you're able to get so much value out of the product. I know a lot of body washes, you go through the product very quickly, and that's because the product doesn't lather well. But this one lathers well, which means that a little bit goes a long way. The second is in terms of fragrance and smell. The fragrance and smell is like one of the huge things that I loved about this particular wash. It's one of those body washes where they can tell that you've showered. Anyone that passes you knows that you've showered. This is what's going to give you that. I love this product so much. This is genuinely one of those body washes where on some days where it's very hot, I don't necessarily need to go in with a body lotion because my skin already feels like it's moisturized. This contains collagen peptide. However, I cannot say categorically that the level of collagen in my body increased because I used this. But in terms of other categories, I think that it does a good job at it. And will I repurchase this again? Yes, I will. The next product that I'm going to talk about is also in line with things that promise restoring care, and that is none other than the Dove Body Love Restoring Care Body Lotion. It says that it's specifically for dry skin and it's made with coconut oil and almond milk. This is 400 ml. I mentioned about the packaging of the product, and in this regard, I actually love the packaging of the product because it's not a pump, which means it has this cap opening. I can easily get every single product out of the bottle. So in terms of the scent, it really does have like a coconut scent to it. It smells very beachy. And also almond milk is touted to have like a level of vitamin E in it, which means that it really helps to like fight free radicals in the skin. Wow, why did I do that? Like I just like applied it and it's fully absorbed into the skin, and that's what you want. You don't want it to be that like 10 minutes after rubbing it in, you are still rubbing your body. Like that's also not very gentle and caring for your skin. You just want to like apply it and it just like seeps into the skin. The next product that I'm going to be talking about is one that I've talked about many times on my channel, and that's none other than the Olay Vitamin E. This is tone evening and hydrating, and it says that it replenishes with deep moisture for visibly even tone and youthful looking skin. This is 502 ml and it's a substantial amount of product. Right off the bat, in terms of packaging, I am not really a fan of the pump. When this product finished, I wasn't able to get every single part of it out. The fact that it contains vitamin just like signifies to you that it's antioxidant, because they help to basically nurture your skin. So they would help you to fight off free radicals in the environment. They would help you with, you know, the harsh effects of the sun. They would also help you in treating hyperpigmentation. However, if you're someone who is dealing with hyperpigmentation, if hyperpigmentation is one of your concerns, I don't think that this should be like your only solution to hyperpigmentation, but I do think that it would be like a good supportive lotion for hyperpigmentation concerns. But do I love it? I love everything about it. I love the scent. Again, in terms of absorption, it really absorbs into the skin properly. I basically don't have anything here, like the bottles are empty. Even like now, when I finished all of the products here, it still smells heavenly. It smells really divine. Like it smells really, really, really good. One of the things that I love to do was to start with this as my body wash and then go in with this as my lotion. Oh my god, by the time you're done, you're gonna smell so good. Like, especially if you pair it with a complimentary body fragrance, I think that you're gonna smell so good. Everybody is gonna ask you what you're wearing. The next product I'm gonna talk about is a product that, this is the bottle, okay? I wanted to do some suspense, but no point. This is the CosRX Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence, and I know that you know this product. Everybody has heard about this because of so many reasons. First off, it is 96% snail secretion, and at first it sounds kind of really disgusting, but it does make sense why you should put snail secretion on your face. If you're someone who maybe you have struggled with a harsh product on your face, anything that has been too harsh for your skin, and you're trying to restore the moisture barrier on your skin, or you're trying to calm your skin down, I think that this does an excellent job at that. It's very good for soothing damaged skin. I am so heavy on protecting my moisture barrier that I loved this product so much. Now, in terms of the scent, it has a scent to it for sure, but it doesn't smell overpowering. Also, in terms of texture, I'm gonna try and see if I can get something out here. It is slimy. I mean, it's snail secretion, and snails are meant to be slimy. You know, this is, I don't know if you can see, I'm sure you can see the slime, but there's a little slime to it. And this is a pump. However, I don't have a problem with this because, as you can see, the pump just like reaches all the way down to the bottle. The fact that the bottle is clear just means that I can actually see if I've exhausted all of the product. I think it's a nice to have. Will I repurchase this again? Definitely, certainly I will repurchase this again. Let's move to the next product that I'm going to talk about. So this is the CosRX Niacinamide 15. It says here that this is oil control, it minimizes pores and sebum, and I think it does just that. Let's talk about the packaging. This is a black bottle. When it comes to actives are supposed to be shielded from sunlight, so they're not meant to be exposed to sunlight, because when you expose them to sunlight, you're reducing the efficacy of the product. I like the fact that it's made in a black bottle, which would extend and also preserve the shelf life of this product. In terms of getting out the product, it comes with a dropper, which I don't like the fact that this comes in a dropper, because my experience with it was that I thought I'd finished using it because the dropper was short. The dropper didn't go all the way down just like this one did, which meant that at the point where the product was here, I had to manually take this out and then pour the product onto my palm so I'll be able to use it. That was not a nice experience for me, but that didn't really matter because I was almost done with the products anyway. But I just overall really appreciate the fact that the product was made in a bottle like this. In terms of smell, yeah, so like the smell is not very strong, it's not like overpowering or anything. And also in terms of like texture, it's niacinamide. And what does niacinamide do? Niacinamide helps to control oil production on the skin. So if you're someone who you particularly have oily skin, this would be a good combo, like it would be a good addition to your skincare routine. It also helps with improving the appearance of texture. If you're someone who also, you've had acne in the past and you're trying to smooth out the texture, I think that, well, not I think that, that's the function of niacinamide. I always ensure that every time in my skincare routine, I always have niacinamide. The only problem is that this is 15% niacinamide, so this is significantly higher than the Anua. I think I've talked about the Anua niacinamide. That one is 10%, but this is 15%. So if you're someone who maybe like your skin is more sensitive, I would not recommend that you start out with this. I think this would be for more, you know, advanced skin types or for more non-sensitive skin types. But otherwise, it's an excellent addition to your routine. This is a sunscreen, and this is the Biore UV Watery Essence SPF 50. I really like the packaging. I like that it's small, which means it can easily fit into your bag. In terms of the dispensation of the product, it really comes out well. It's a sunscreen, so I'm not really expecting it to have any scent. It has a light scent to it, which I don't mind, but I wouldn't also mind if it didn't have any scent. I'm not really expecting sunscreen to have any scent. Let's talk about absorption, and I'm going to give you my general impression of this. So my experience using this was that even though it says that it's watery essence, I felt like it was a lot on my skin. I felt like it made my skin look too oily. Some people might like that, but I don't like it. I don't like when my products when anything, sunscreen, whatever, just like makes me feel like I'm wearing a lot of product, especially during the daytime. But if you're someone who maybe you have like normal to dry skin, then that's fine. But if you're anything like me, maybe you have like oily skin, no, I don't want to exacerbate that. So will I be repurchasing this? No, I would not be repurchasing it. I have a sunscreen that I use now that I think is the best thing that ever happened to this world, and that's what I'm going to keep using. This is the Estelin Tea Tree Oil Salicylic Acid Shrink Pores Face Serum. Right off the bat, it feels like this was made by people who do not know how to speak English or who do not know how to write English. That's everything that I have in front here. You guys, you can see, like, that's literally everything they put for me here. And then at the back, made in PRC, item number ES0084. Like, what does that even mean? In terms of like the packaging of the product, it's cute. I wasn't really expecting it to do so much, and it did not disappoint me. Like, it did not disappoint my expectations. It gave me exactly what I was hoping for, and less. I don't really appreciate the fact that this is just everything I was written on the front, like shrink pores face serum, and also the fact that there is no ingredient label or there's no ingredient list at the back. I really don't appreciate that. It feels like water. It has a glide to it, which accounts for something, and it also really absorbs into the skin. This is Dr. Rashel Fade's Hot Night Cream. It says that it contains arbutin and niacinamide, and it evens skin tone, and it reduces dark spots, and it nourishes and repairs. Also writes white skin here. So what does white skin mean? Does white skin mean that it's going to bleach my skin and give me white skin, or does white skin mean that it is intended for a white skin? Arbutin and niacinamide ingredients. What does it mean? What are the ingredients? I like the design. It's sleek and compact. That's nice. So if you're traveling, you can easily fit this into a purse, which is what I like about it. However, one of my major concerns about it is the fact that it is open. One of those products where you have to go in with your finger or go in with an applicator or something and get the product out, which I don't really like, especially for face product. Like, I don't mind it at all for when it's like a body product, but when it comes to products intended for the face, it's a really easy way to get germs and to get your products infected. And in terms of efficacy, I wouldn't say that since I started using this, my skin has gone from this to this. Would I repurchase this again? No. I saw this somewhere and I wanted to just like try it, get my hands on it and see what it feels like. Now I will not try that again. I cannot believe that I've been talking for this long and I have reviewed 11 skincare empty bottles for you. But now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to rank all of the products. I'm going to do my best to not be so harsh when I'm ranking this product. This is giving me book club vibes. Let's start with this. This is the Estelin Tea Tree Salicylic Acid, and I'm going to give this a 2/5. I'm going to give this a 1.5/5. This is the CosRX Niacinamide. I'm going to give this a 3.5/5. This is also the CosRX Advanced Snail Mucin. I'm going to give this a 4.5/5. This is the Biore UV Watery Essence Sunscreen. I'm going to give this a 2/5. This is the Cussons Mild Gentle Oil. I'm going to give this a 4/5. This is the Dove Body Love. I'm also going to give this a 4/5. Olay Vitamin E Tone Evening Hydrates Lotion. You already know. I'm going to give this 4.3/5. Yeah, let's do that. This is the scent Ives Softening Body Lotion. I'm going to give this a 4.5/5. The Nivea Men Revitalising Body Lotion. I'm also going to give this a 4.3/5. This is the Olay Moisture Renewal Blend, and I'm going to give this a 4.8/5. That brings me to the end of the video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that now you have more information on what to expect when you're going to buy any of the products that I've covered in this video. Please don't forget to like the video, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, channel, click on the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any videos from me. I typically make videos relating to fitness, skincare, and general lifestyle. Thank you for staying tuned, and I hope you have a wonderful, amazing day ahead. Now that you have learned about these products and what to expect, click on the next video here. YouTube thinks that you're going to like that video, and I'll be waiting to welcome you in that video. Bye.